We're back on our Black Media for the spectrum. We are here another week. How y'all doing this week, guys?
Good.
Good. Dante, you're muted.
Oh, sorry. I'm feeling good this week. Had a great birthday week. If you are in New York City,
happy birthday.
Thank you. I recommend seeing the Harry Potter on Broadway. It is a long show, but it's definitely worth the money.
Well, you don't look that old. I mean, what are you, 85 now?
I was born in 87, 87, baby.
Oh, you're a youngin'. Okay.
Well, let's just thank God you're not a dog or a cat in Springfield, Ohio.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Yes. Thank God I am not a dog or a cat in Springfield, Ohio. We can start off with the debate performance. And then I'm
not really hungry, guys. I'm already 8, so I hope y'all mind.
I'll go ahead and take this first. Harris won the debate, and that's very clear that she won the debate. Trump did not come prepared for it. He actually underestimated Harris, and there's plenty of opportunities that he missed during that debate. I don't care about the moderators. I don't care about this whistleblower that came out. Donald Trump missed opportunities on national TV to highlight a lot of her weaknesses. But instead of us focusing on the weaknesses, we're focusing on cats and dogs being eaten.
Well, Trump is, how can I say, consumed by whatever's on the local news at that moment. We're focusing on the big picture. And I think during the debate, he spent too much time defending himself rather than ignoring what was being presented and just focusing on the policies. I mean, I understand it gets to him and he wants to defend himself, but if he had just ignored it, it wouldn't have worked. And he didn't do that. Also, she has more, how can I say, theater presentation.
She does. Great theater presentation.
And it didn't matter what logic he was displaying, as long as she made those facial expressions constantly, and people are not really paying attention, they would think she was victorious even if she wasn't.
Was funny, Clint, even though a lot of people in the polls after the debate, like ABC did some polling on poll watchers that was in their studio, CNN and MSNBC and Fox. Everyone said that Harris won the debate, but interesting enough, people still trust Trump on the top issues.
Well, yeah, because they began to watch the debate over, and they realized she beat him on charisma, but everything that she was saying when they wrote it down was in a circle. It was more like an inspirational TED Talk. And most of the TED Talk, I'm not trying to offend the whole world, but most of them are inspirational babble. I mean, that's all they are. I'm sorry, Rob. I didn't mean
no, that's fine. Y'all are perfect. But I think, to me, I don't think he necessarily lost. I think, and we're going to play a clip about that in a minute. I think his biggest task, which is easy to do, is to distract. So if you're in a debate and you're not really focused, and you tend to you fall into the emotional trap, it's easy to distract. And she's a prosecutor. Her skill has been to argue and to distract, and so she's good at that.
Well, yeah, but mostly it was the facial expressions from the theater. I already know that. I did the 40-hour this week, half last. But she beat him on that. Most people, when they watch a debate, and I'm not trying to insult people, they're not really paying attention. They're looking at body language, they're looking at facial expressions, and they're looking for clickbait words. The only time people thought Trump did well is when they watched the debate for the second or the third time and focused all of that out and tried to listen to content. But even then, even though he had better content, he kept defending himself. And I'm thinking, ignore that, stick to your policy, ignore the moderators that keep bringing up accusations that you claim that you won. Well, if you won them, ignore it. They're bringing it up for a reason, so you'll defend yourself.
Yeah, Clint, I agree because I mean that first question that the moderator asked Kamala Harris, she didn't answer the question,
Nope.
and Trump
It was
could
funny.
have.
I loved it.
He could have taken that opportunity to say, Madam Vice President, you did not answer the question, and make her answer the question. On the moderators, I really don't have an issue with the moderators. I just think if you're going to fact check, I do think you should fact check both candidates.
I do have an issue with moderators.
They did not fact check Harris on anything.
I can't believe I'm going to say this.
On Project 2025, that is a flat out lie. It is. As much commercials that she has going on, that's a flat out lie. The bloodbath is a flat out lie. Him saying he's being a dictator is a flat out lie. No combat going on. She's the vice president, Madam Vice President. We have combat troops in Iraq, Syria, the Red Sea. You should know this. But if y'all would have had a cabinet meeting, because you just had one this year, the last cabinet meeting y'all had was in September, so you probably don't know what is going on because nobody really knows who's running the country anyway. But that's my rant about the moderators. Trump should be a man. Go ahead and do a second debate with Harris and make her agree to either Fox, News Nation, or Newsmax. Well, I forgot the other news station.
Here's the issue with it.
She's not going to do that. He's not going to do that.
Trump turned it down because she won't do any of those networks you mentioned. She wants NBC.
Right.
She wants friendly, friendly press. And anybody that's voting for her, and I'm not trying to tell people not to vote for her, but you should wonder why the person that you want to be president is afraid to go to the American press. How can you go to the Russian president and ask for XYZ, or the Chinese president and XYZ, but you can't even go up against Fox News? I mean, Trump advanced, regardless of what you say about them and all their crazy rhetoric that they say sometimes, at least they go to the opposing network and spat out their views and allow people to.
Why would you though? If you're in the lead and if you're driving a NASCAR and you're in the lead, you're not going to slow down and wait on your opponent. You're going to put the pedal on the gas. So I mean, it's strategy at this point.
I agree. It's a great strategy.
And because she can get up under his skin, why wait his yard? Right?
Yeah, I got to interrupt you on that. If it was my father, he would have slowed down to let me. No, never mind. But on a serious note, I can't believe I'm saying this, but the first debate with the moderators of CNN actually did a good job, which shocked me. They did a very good job. Mm-hmm. So moderators can be fair on the left just as much as they can be fair on any other platform. The moderators at ABC, they were not fair. And because they were not fair, it would only benefit Harris to show that she can go up against antagonistic moderators. You're worried about them being antagonistic at Fox or Newsmax or whatever. This is your chance to shine. I mean, Trump went under the gun, under antagonistic ABC moderators, show that you can do it too. That would show her strength. I don't know why she won't agree to it.
Well, I mean, I agree with Bobby. I mean, her strategy really is, it's working right now. Nobody's really challenging her. I mean, she got the momentum on her side. While us political buffs are kind of like, this makes no sense, it's working. I think when people get in the voting booth, I don't know if that strategy is going to pan out well, because people still don't know who she really is or what she stands for or how she's going to be different from Joe Biden, which she continues to avoid the question by simply saying, well, I'm not Joe Biden. Hell, we know you're not Joe Biden. You don't look like him. Like, that's obvious.
Well, I think she's going most of the policies are in place right now. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, that's fine. That's our first team, you all. Let's play this clip. And we have two topics today. We're going to kind of segue. This was a great segue into one of our main topics. We'll talk about, we got 6 weeks out. We're 6 weeks out. After that, we're going to talk about our good buddy in North Carolina. So let's see what they got to say.
Good buddy. Good buddy. He ain't no good
well,
buddy.
Hold tight. Chris Christie and Donald Brazil were on ABC this morning. So let's hear them out.
Here and Donna Brazil down in Philadelphia. Welcome to you both. Chris, let me begin with you. You've debated Donald Trump several times. What did you make of last night?
it was an incredibly typical performance on his part when he's unprepared. Now, I ran his debate prep in 2016 and 2020, and it was always a wrestling match, George, to try to get him to focus, to try to get him to stay disciplined. And it really was like a boxing match between us in prep. It's clear he didn't have anybody who would smack him around during prep this time, because he went out there and just did whatever the heck he wanted, straight from his instinct and his gut, which is to be angry and a grievance candidate. And the amazing thing was for me is that it's clear Vice President Harris spent a lot of time preparing, and she very deftly put in a whole bunch of bait. And every time she threw the bait out, he chased every rabbit down every hole, whether it was about rallies, whether it was about people eating pets in neighborhoods, and all these different crazy stories. And look, I think what people, her goal last night for the people that she was talking to was to look like she belonged up there. She is a very lesser known candidate than Donald Trump. And so she did it. She accomplished what she needed to accomplish, and he helped her.
Donna, it did seem like Kamala Harris was executing a strategy almost to the script.
Absolutely, George. And first of all, I want to say I'm in Washington, D.C., but my heart, I'm sure like Robin and many others, is down on the Gulf Coast in Louisiana. So there was no question that there was one person who showed up as the next president, and that was Kamala Harris. She had a solid performance. George, we knew that she had to go in there and introduce herself to the American people. She also had to lay out some fundamental issues and vision that she has for the country, but she owned the moment from that handshake. She didn't allow Donald Trump to get under her skin. Instead, he took the bait. She was solid and basically talking to the American people. She wasn't sidetracked by his taunts or his rantings. And so I think this gave the vice president an opportunity to once again go out there and continue to tell hardworking Americans how she's going to lower costs, protect the country, and also ensure that everybody in this country feels that we belong here, that she can unite us, and that she can keep America stronger again.
Chris.
All right. So what do y'all think about those comments?
Wait a minute. Talk about how she laid out she didn't lay out anything. She did the most broad-based human resource script I've ever seen in my life. I know I was trained how to speak this way, where you say a whole lot of nothing. That way you can't be held liable for anything.
I'm going to go up front because it's
straightforward.
I agree, Clint. She really didn't say anything. She really didn't answer any questions. Donald Trump, again, missed several opportunities to turn the question back on her to make her answer some of the questions. Like you said earlier, she kept Donald Trump on the defense. He took bait, and I don't know why he took the bait about crowd size, about anything that's not even talking about the issues that people actually care about. That's all he had to do was focus on the economy and the immigration, crime, inflation. That's all he had to do in that debate. Keep bringing it back to those talking points. Stop talking about immigration so much, talk about the economy as well. Hit her on that. The American people already feel that you, Trump, are better able to handle the economy. So they think that she is not going to do a good job. So, everything is in your corner. Stop with this New York style politicking. It worked in 2016 against Hillary Clinton. It worked against Joe Biden this last presidential debate, but it's not going to work up against Kamala Harris, excuse me.
Hey, did you see Oprah Winfrey's town hall that she hosted for Kamala Harris?
I didn't watch that either. What did you
honestly, that was a joke. And I can see why they are purposely keeping her away from the media.
She couldn't answer the easiest questions.
The easiest questions.
Easiest. And they were presented scripted. She should have been prepared for them.
So I didn't watch it, but what was a question you all think she could have nailed it and it just floated away?
Immigration, how are you different from Joe Biden?
No. Let me tell you, on the Oprah Winfrey thing, one of her mothers, a friendly who was scripted, asked her about immigration. She went blank for about 2-3 seconds, then went into an inspirational speech that I don't know has to do.
I'm from the middle class and I worked at McDonald's.
No, not that one. Middle speech number 2 about bringing us together and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, are you going to answer?
Is that the one that includes the lawn? I mean,
That's speech number 3. This was number 2. Okay. Number 2, and I swear to God, at one point when they clicked on the guy that asked him the question, he was like, for a couple seconds, then they panned the camera away from him really quick. But I mean, had that like, what the hell are you talking about? You know.
can I just say this from a broader standpoint?
Yeah.
After this presidential cycle, for 2028, I am encouraging Republicans, Democrats, Libertarian, Green Party people, can we please pick candidates that can talk specifically about policy?
Well,
Because they're both missing that. I mean,
let me offer this.
Trump and Harris is missing that.
There was a time, and I don't know if we need to go back to this, but there was a time when if you were not in the military, you were not considered a serious candidate. I think we need to look at some background at some of these.
Well,
I'm not saying, well, hold on, y'all. I'm not saying you have to have a military background, but we've got to get people who've done more than just show up in a courtroom or who've done well with business.
Well, I don't want to create a form of elitism where you have to have
I agree.
background, you know. But and there's civilians like me and some of you
Right.
that
I
are
agree.
military. But at the same time, my God, you can't be an inspirational, motivational speaker. I'm
Right.
sorry, but all these people who are motivational speakers, please get out of politics. We've had enough of you. Yeah, your speeches make us feel warm and fuzzy at the end of the day, but I like to be able to buy groceries when you're through talking. And your inspirational speech isn't going to fill my tummy with food. Sorry.
Grocery has gone up under the Biden-Harris administration 25%. Gas, I'm sure everybody, all the audience, you pump your gas, so you already know what that is.
And we already know about rent.
Mortgage has increased as well. Credit card interest rates has increased as well. So anybody that's telling, I'm talking about anybody, these news pundits that's telling people the economy is getting good or going in the right direction, when people look at their bank account, they don't feel that.
Well, but this goes back to all levels. I think everything you all are saying is right. And I look at local, state, and locals, mostly local, because I don't think at any level at this point we got competent, sane people leading at any level.
No.
I got to push back on that. I love my governor, Brian Kemp. Yep.
I like him, except, hold on. I like him, except now when you're looking at this Hyundai plant deal he made, he botched it. He botched it.
Yeah, I agree with that. He botched the
I
Hyundai.
don't know about that, so I'm not going to.
Well, we're talking around us, me and Rob.
Yeah.
And we both agree the Hyundai plant, in my opinion, was a big scam to transport a new population in here and the workforce and to accommodate them. Why? Because the new workforce they're transporting comes from states where they're in the higher economy, and the mayor and the city council want that extra money. That's why rent's going up, prices are going up, and they want to capitalize off of the new population.
Right.
But by doing this, you're forcing the old population, people like me and Robert, to either one have to get whatever money we have left and move or end up on the street. And what's their solution? Let's build tiny houses. Well, I'm sorry, but here's an idea. Why don't you reduce homelessness so you don't have to keep building tiny houses and homeless shelters?
Right.
You know, you're still not addressing the problem. You're putting a Band-Aid on a bullet wound.
Yeah.
All that's going to happen is the homeless rate is going to grow and grow and grow, and I hope I'm not one of them. And what's the solution? You know, renting a homeless shelter, let's build a tiny house. Okay, who's going to pay for the electricity? Who's going to pay for the water? Who's going to pay
the
for
water is a hot mess.
Yeah,
The plant is estimated to use almost 600 million gallons.
Something tiny house. You know, I mean, people need supplies. People need food.
Mm-hmm.
People need water. They need communication, and they need job opportunity. A house will only keep the rain off and the snow off. What are you going to do about maintaining that tiny house?
Yeah.
They haven't thought of any of this.
Yeah.
What we need to address is we need to focus on the apartments that are springing up, condos that are springing up. They're all made for outsiders and they're jacking up the real estate value to where the current residents cannot pay their taxes. Mine went up $350. That's
I
the tip.
I was heading downtown today on East Broad, which is on the outskirts of downtown. Our studio unit in one of the newest apartments just built is priced at $1,625 for a unit. That's your bottom line apartment.
It's going to go up to $3,000.
Well, you know, living in Atlanta, Georgia, I must say that price sounds very welcoming to me. My apartment, I'm over 2,500. So when you said that price, I'm like, well, that sounds pretty good.
This is to the left, you see.
But then, not only that, the environmental impact, y'all, and we're going to a break after this. But the warehouses that are going, the warehouses and all the infrastructure damage and wetlands damage, it just has a poor impact on the environment. But let's step away for a break, you all, and we'll be right back.
Need your garments cleaned with care and with a professional touch? Then bring them to One Price Cleaners in Garden City at the Old Farmers Market on Highway 80. Service you can count on.
Hey there! Are you ready to amplify your voice and embrace your passion? Tune in to Our Black Media Network, where community comes first and every story matters. We're here 24/7, delivering powerful content on everything from financial literacy to the latest in sports and mental health. We are unapologetically real, reflecting the heartbeat of our community with programs that inspire, empower, and drive change. Join us on all major media platforms to celebrate our unique voices and advocate for the change we want to see. With over 50K monthly viewers, our network is your go-to destination for authentic, engaging content. Be a part of the movement. Be a part of the change. Tune in to Our Black Media Network today and let your voice be heard.
Oh, I mean, my friend, your Savannah homeboy, Clarence Thomas, made sure that I don't go to prison.
So Julius is in there talking to Trump. Ooh, I'm telling.
All right, y'all, we are back. And so we know that, we know that J.D. Vance and Trump have been on the trail, and they got a homeboy that Trump endorsed in North Carolina. But before we talk about him, let me just play this clip because I think it's garbage, but let's play the clip.
We are staying in this race. We are in it to win it.
North Carolina's Republican candidate for governor said he was staying in the race after an explosive CNN report said he once called himself a black Nazi in comments posted on a pornography website. Mark Robinson is North Carolina's lieutenant governor and is running in the state's gubernatorial race against Democratic candidate Josh Stein. CNN reported that Robinson posted a series of, quote, gratuitously sexual and lewd comments dating from 2008 to 2012, and that it was reporting only a small portion of them given their graphic nature.
Salacious tabloid trash.
In one post from 2010, CNN reported Robinson said, quote, slavery is not bad. Some people need to be slaves. I wish they would bring it back. I would certainly buy a few.
Now a story.
On Thursday, Robinson denied making the comments.
Let me reassure you, the things that you will see in that story, those are not the words of Mark Robinson. You know my words, you know my character, and you know that I have been completely transparent in this race and before.
North Carolina's gubernatorial race has implications for the presidential contest between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, as it could affect turnout in one of the closely divided battleground states that could swing the election. Robinson was endorsed by Trump and has joined him at rallies in North Carolina, including as recently as last month. On Saturday, Trump held a rally in Wilmington, North Carolina, but Robinson did not make an appearance.
Between oat milk and almond milk.
Well, you know, y'all, we're going to open up the conversation, but I think I dislike when media does stuff like that. It has nothing to do with leadership, and it has nothing to do with the campaign. Stick to the damn issues. What do you say?
What I find funny is they got all these comments when he was on a porn site. And I'm sorry, guys, but when a man or a woman is on a porn site, they're liable to type any type of smack. Why? They're on a porn site trying to get something sexual. There's no tip. They'll probably pretend to be a dog or a cat as well. I mean, they got these comments while he's saying anything he can think of or writing anything he can write in order to, I guess, promote the webcam person or entice whoever he's talking to on the porn site into liking it.
Well, my thing is, I'm glad you said that. How in the world was CNN, Fox, or whoever figured it was him? It could have been somebody using his picture. That's why I found that problematic.
Man.
So I have an issue with this whole story. I look at it from very differently. So to the North Carolina GOP Republican Party, this man is lieutenant governor. Y'all telling me y'all didn't do any background research before he even got to that position? Y'all wait till now. He's running for governor. This news come out like this is some stuff that you were already supposed to know and be prepared in how to handle. I do agree that why the hell is CNN going back to dig up anything? But it is Con News Network, so I'm not surprised by it. As a Black conservative, I'm actually a little bit disturbed by some of the language that was said in there because he is the perfect picture of where people will go to say that's how all Black conservatives think. If it is not true, he needs to go ahead and file a lawsuit and sue the people who are putting these lies out. And if it is true, well, honestly, I think he's going to lose the governor race anyway. I think Trump still is going to win North Carolina by a very tiny margin. But I mean, it's too late for him to step out at this point. I mean, honestly, I'm kind of disgusted with him. I thought he was a rising star in the GOP. But if all this stuff is really true, regardless if this is how he talks in bed or not, it's kind of freaky. I mean, it's disturbing.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest, y'all. Like
the libertarian me has to speak up.
Okay.
People in bed are liable to say and do anything. Now we live in America here, and it's the land of the freaks. Okay,
Nothing is, y'all.
Behind closed doors, I don't care what you do.
Thank you.
No, as long as it's consensual. And you won't hurt anyone.
There you go.
You're not breaking the law. You can be the most deranged, messed up person in the world. Okay? This guy was on a porn site. Let's take that into context. Who did the research? What would make them want go on a
That's what I was wondering too. Like, what made you go on that porn site out of all porn sites?
I'm glad y'all caught it. Yeah.
So whoever did the research, how you look in Hannah is, I'm on the adult version of the internet. Really?
Right. Well, y'all, okay, let's be for real. You know, I would much rather vote for somebody who just said a bunch of fluffy ass words or nasty words versus somebody who got head in the Oval Office, Bill Clinton. Let's be real.
Oh,
I to keep a straight face.
I'm gonna put it this way. I really don't care what people do, and more than keep it on, private. Okay, that's my only thing. As far as what they do sexually, I don't know why we keep getting up people's sex life. If they haven't broken the law, we need to stop doing this.
Yeah.
Especially going all the way back to 2008. This is the one thing I do like about the Libertarian Party. We don't care. We don't care if you run around your house butt naked, rubbing Jello all over your body.
What about baby oil? Baby oil.
1,000 baby oils. Did y'all read that indictment? Shit.
Yeah, that was horrible, man.
It was. Oh, he's going down.
Yeah. Anyway.
Sorry. Side note.
My point is, as long as it's in private and you're not hurting anyone, and you're not really breaking the law, you're not human trafficking, you're not raping anyone, you're not murdering anyone, I don't care.
That's
you can
it.
dress up like Little Bo Peep and have your wife dress up, I don't know, like a transformer. I don't care.
I don't know, Clint. The fact that he called himself a black Nazi and we should bring back slavery. I mean, I understand people say a lot of sexual things in that moment, but if I'm having sex with a Caucasian and the N-word is dropped, there's some problem. I'm not somebody that's into that.
But y'all, for real, it's almost like taking the cats and dogs comment out of it's taken out of context, I think.
You know, I've had sex when African American, I've been called a cripple and a freak. I just kept going. I didn't bother me at all. I'm sorry.
This is TMI.
It might mess you up, Johnny. But
But y'all, I think the danger, timing is everything. You all know this. Timing is everything when it comes to campaigns.
Yeah.
The juxtaposition his issue against P. Diddy is very dangerous right now, friend.
Oh yeah, he has a lot of names that I think are, well, unless something happens to him, aren't going to be dropped.
Oh, something definitely is going to happen to him. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of people didn't even know they were being recorded. Some of those people that he didn't use leverage on. But can we just talk about this from a very bigger standpoint?
Yeah.
I mean, I understand that we always focus on Diddy, R. Kelly, the Weinstein, but we never talk about the people around them who knew this stuff was going on, who enabled a lot of this stuff to go on. I mean, Oprah Winfrey, as much as she's all high and mighty, homegirl, your best friend Harvey Weinstein was doing some crazy stuff. And if you put up a lot of David Letterman old talk shows, he used to say a lot of things about that. And the audience, they laughed it off. People used to say a lot of things about Diddy. People would laugh it off.
And they didn't take it serious. And the horrible part about it, if you really don't agree with what they're doing, why do you keep hanging out with them? I'm sorry, but when you keep hanging or keeping company with someone that you know is breaking the law, you're an enabler. I'm sorry, but you're an enabler.
I just want to see the witnesses that the government is going to use, because I want to see what celebrities honestly is going to turn on Diddy.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, I suspect Mary J. Blige. I definitely suspect Justin Bieber. Usher has in so many ways told us that it happened, and he would not even send his child to Diddy.
Well, the reason Usher won't say much, he went to the hospital because of Diddy when he was a teenage boy, and we won't mention
much.
To the hospital.
I mean, I heard that Meek Mills and Diddy video, so I can only imagine what he did to Usher. Sweet Jesus.
But y'all, hold tight. We got to go to a break. But before we go to break, we had a special guest stop by who wanted to share some information.
Okay.
Field. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. Eat the cat.
Seeing red, so don't push me. Ain't Donald Trump trying to grab him by the. Said it was some Haitian.
Why did you decide to dress like this today? This is not even your flag that you're wearing.
You like it? I dressed for Memorial Day.
Sweetheart, it is not Memorial Day. It is Independence Day.
I didn't care too much for that movie. I think Men in Black was better.
You know what? Never mind.
Why aren't you dressed in your American clothes?
I'm not a patriotic person.
It is not what you do for your country. It is what you did with your country. Wait, was that right?
Yes, that was actually perfect. I can tell you've been watching that Captain America After Dark show.
It is Mr. America after dark. If you look for that guy trouble, he will give you double.
He actually has enough trouble of his own. This guy goes to the clubs at night, committing all kind of financial sins.
It's a lie. My God will punish you.
And then Mr. Murray, from that financial sins show, he liked to dress up as the Money Mantis. And then he goes right in the club after him and takes him down for those financial sins that he be committing.
Thunder fire you.
Hey there! Are you ready to amplify your voice and embrace your passion? Tune in to Our Black Media Network, where community comes first and every story matters. We're here 24/7, delivering powerful content on everything from financial literacy to the latest in sports and mental health. We are unapologetically real, reflecting the heartbeat of our community with programs that inspire, empower, and drive change. Join us on all major media platforms to celebrate our unique voices and advocate for the change we want to see. With over 50K monthly viewers, our network is your go-to destination for authentic, engaging content. Be a part of the movement. Be a part of the change. Tune in to Our Black Media Network today and let your voice be heard.
All right, y'all. So we're gonna close out at 6:45. So Clinton, I want you to give, if you had a chance to sit with Trump and or Harris, give them both what they need to do to win this thing in 6 months.
You need to explore every form of energy possible. This going green is breaking America. Not to mention, a lot of it is based off of propaganda, marketing, and advertising. If you've done any real research, you would discover we have a long way to go with EV technology. The batteries being utilized in these various machines, such as automobiles, are more corrosive and pollutant than the carbon, combustible engines. You need to drill, you need to frack. You can't just commit only to solar, only to wind. You need to keep all your options open. Number 2, stop giving out government grants, stop giving out government funding. Allow the marketplace to determine the future. Get out of these things. Reduce regulation, reduce taxes, and allow people to compete on the open market. Whenever government tries to stimulate the business world, energy, no matter what industry it is, all they do is bring lack of innovation and higher costs. By interfering, let's say, in the automobile market, you jacked up prices and you didn't allow the marketplace to determine the best product. Therefore, the innovation is not very great. We could have done so much more if we stay out of it. And I know people are going to hate me for this. We need to abolish and get rid of the Hope Scholarship, the Hope Grant, and the Pell Grant. Why? Because this is why the tuition keeps going up. We are supplying them state and federal money. I mean, keep jacking up the tuition. If we make them have to compete in the open market, tuition will go down because otherwise they won't have any students. We're making the cost of living too high for everyone. That's what I would say to them.
All right, Dante, you have to say, what would you say to each candidate?
For Trump, I would just tell him, stay on message. I would encourage him to do practice rehearsals. And I would also encourage him to do another debate with Harris. I think he should be the one that picked the term, since Biden and Harris picked the last 2 terms. When it comes to Harris, I mean, my critique on her really is, if you're supposed to be a strong minority, a strong woman, I need you to display that and stop trying to run and hide from the media because you and your campaign are afraid of the backlash that you might get from a misstatement that you say. And to me, that really tests the strength of a character. There's a reason why Barack Obama, a lot of people supported Barack Obama. He went through the primary process. He went through the ups and downs, and he came out, even though I don't agree with what he did, but he came out as a stronger candidate. For her, I would advise her to put yourself out there more so people can understand you. Stop with the script, stop with the Hollywood, theme every time you have to go out and speak, because a lot of people will eventually start to see through it. The hope, the positive energy, that's going to die out, because again, as I said last time we spoke, people aren't feeling good vibes and positive energy when they look at their bank account, pay their mortgage statements, pay their car note, pay gas, pay grocery. They're not feeling good vibe. And she really needs to be honest about what happened with Joe Biden. That really will answer a lot of questions about her integrity, but I already know if she answers that, that's going to put her in a whole whirlwind of trouble.
Well, all right, y'all. Well, we will be back next time. I think both of y'all gave good information. We got 6 weeks to go, so if you're not registered to vote, make sure you all are registered, and then when you are registered, get out there and get it done. So we'll see y'all next time.
See you.
See you.
All right, yeah. Uh-oh. Here we go.
Like this.